Hey everyone, it's Christy, and I wanted to come on here and just give you some of my own testimonies of manifestations. Some of them might just seem small, but to me, like all of them, I do have bigger ones too, but I'm just going to talk about 3 of them. But none of them are small, really, okay? Because a manifestation is a manifestation. So before I jump into this, I just want to remind you to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't already. And just thank you all for being here and joining this journey with me as I continue to learn and you continue to learn. But really, there's only one thing to learn, right? That our thoughts create. And everything's already been created. When I say our thoughts create, I just mean that we're creating pathways in our brain so they can be projected out and reflected back to us, because that's just how God created everything to be brought to this 3D world. So anyway, a long time ago, I would say almost 5 years ago, 4.5, 5 years ago, I was moving and I needed a storage unit. And the one that I wanted that was going to be really close to where I was going to be moving to, like 2 minutes away, I wanted a climate control one. And none were available. And whenever I called, they said, none were available. And he said, I don't anticipate any of them becoming available because people want those, and when they get them, they keep them. And so I was just like, okay, whatever. At that time, excuse me, I had a little tickle in my throat. Sorry. At that time, I didn't know all that I know now, because I have been on this journey going, learning more and more and more. And I feel like I've finally arrived as far as this is the only answer, that our thoughts create. But I used to be into, fighting, spiritual warfare and all of that. And, excuse me, sorry. The spiritual warfare and speaking things into existence, which is true, okay? We can do that. And that's how I did this, okay? What I did was, on my way home from work back then, I was working part-time somewhere, and when I was in transition from moving from my one house to another one, and I would drive by that, I could go different ways, but I would make a point to drive by where that storage unit was. And I would just point to it and say, open in the name of Jesus, because that's how I used to do things back then. And so every day I just kept doing that. And I don't think it was more than like a couple weeks, and I get a text or a call or something from the owner. And he said, well, this is really strange, but I just want you to know that one of the storage units opened up, one of the climate control ones. And I'm like, oh, it didn't surprise me, because I believed in call those things that are not as if they were, which is still true. We can still do that. That's another way to manifest. But the best way is because you can get tired doing that. Sometimes some people might, maybe you wouldn't, I don't know. But I know I, got tired of doing that all the time. And maybe because I wasn't fully persuaded at that time either. And even though I want to make that point, even though I wasn't fully persuaded at that time, I still manifested, okay? I still unveiled what was already, there for me or available to me. God knew that someone was probably going to be moving or something. So I don't feel like I was taking anything from anybody. It was just a situation that he knows all the behind the scenes things. And so another one is, it's kind of simple, but, still, like I said, it's a manifestation. I was in line at a drive-thru not too long ago. And when I got up to pay for what I had, they were like, the person in front of you paid. Because I say in a lot of my affirmations that everything comes to me easily and effortlessly, and I get everything for free. And I'm seeing that more and more. So along with that, I've also been working at a little part-time job just to help this person out at her store. It's a little kids consignment store, and it's just fun for me because I like clothes and everything. Always have, like most girls. And so I'm only there like 9 hours a week or something. And So, because I realized, I'm like, because I say everything comes to me easily and effortlessly and I get everything for free. The other day, she had a rack of things for $1. And these are nice, this is nice stuff. She only takes in like mostly like brand name things and everything. We really looked them over. It's really nice stuff. Some of it people bring in, tags are still on it. So she did have things and she only keeps it for so long. So she had a rack and it was only had like $1 or $2 on it, and she just puts it out to see if it'll go, and then she sends it to Christian Help. And I hear flash. And so anyway, she's like, let's pull everything off that rack the other day. And so we were pulling everything off and I go, oh, I like this. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like this. And so she's like, she goes, well, just take it, because otherwise it was just going to go to Christian Help. So I got 3 items and he's going to start. And so I don't know if I'll be able to ever get through a video without him chiming in and being my little video bomber. And so anyway, and I already had 2 other items picked out. And mind you, a lot of this stuff in there is like $3.99, $4.99, $5.99. I mean, some stuff, you get some, name, really high price name brand stuff, and she can go up to $12.99 or whatever, but still. Anyway, so I had picked out 2 other items before we did that, and I had a credit because I take my stuff in there too to be sold, right? And so I didn't know anything. So I got 5 items and I didn't have to pay a thing. So I just wanted to share that with you. The other one is, when I first started my journey, okay, it was mainly to get healing in my body. I thought I had to get it, right? And, I went through, like I told you before, a few different ministries and everything. And, a lot of them all had good things, and and they did believe in the calling, the things that are not as if they were, and just meditating on the promises of God and everything. But I found for myself and from my perspective that just going within, that I'm whole and that I'm already healed, that I'm one with God, and as Jesus is in this world, so am I. I will talk about this one thing. There were a lot of symptoms that I had in my body. And the one thing was that my body was racked with pain from head to toe. I guess they said I had fibromyalgia, and that word used to scare me so bad. And whenever I even heard about that before, I was like, and I heard about what it did to people, it's just like I was in fear of getting it, and I ended up getting it. But it's really just, muscle pain. The name sounds so big and so, but it's just an illusion, because it's only got power that we give to it by thinking that it's something whenever it's not, compared to the promises of God and our true self, right? So anyway, I digress, because I don't want to talk about that anymore. I want to focus on the truth, and the truth is, because I meditated on the truth, and mainly would just start saying, I am healed from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. I am whole. And that pain has gone, and it's not returned, and it will not return, because I say it won't, and what I say goes, and that's that. Because I say what my God says, and he says I'm healed. He says you're healed. So I hope all these testimonies, or these manifestation stories, unveiling what was already mine, what's already yours, because we all share in those. Because before, in my last video, I said, let's not take somebody else's stuff, because there's enough to go around for everybody, right? So we don't want to try to manifest a person away from somebody, or we don't want to manifest somebody else's things or whatever, because there's enough for all of us. And so, but when it comes to healing, when it comes to joy, when it comes to peace and love and, all that, and just wholeness, that does belong to all of us, as one, as a unit. So just meditate on the truth. And like I said before, if it has to do with physical things and you are not fully persuaded, you keep going to the doctor if you're going to the doctor. You keep taking your medicine if you're taking medicine, okay? And, that's my disclaimer, that I will never tell someone to not go to the doctor, and even people that are very close to me. So I'm just like, you go. If you're not fully persuaded, I recommend that you do go, okay? and you just find out for yourself. But in the meantime, you can it's not going to ruin your manifestation, because it is actually already there on the inside of you. You already carry the whole kingdom right on the inside of you. So just keep meditating on that even as you go through the process. If you need a bridge for something, if you need medication or something when it comes to your body and physical healing, then you keep taking that. But in the meantime, you keep saying that, because I've heard many stories where people kept taking whatever they need or kept wearing their glasses or something, and even though they were prayed over and to be healed, they're like, well, I still can't see. It didn't happen instantly. And they're like, well, just keep wearing your glasses. You need them to drive or whatever, wear them. And then they would wake up one day and realize that their glasses weren't working right for them, and they would take them off, and then they're, oh my gosh, I can see, And so the point is, just do what you feel best is for you, what is best for you. And I really hope this encouraged you in some way, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.